In this next video, I will talk about how to apply a theme and a cell style to your worksheets, as well as how to specify a table style. And so let's start off with themes. What is a theme? A theme is a collection of formats for text, colors, images, and graphical effects that are applied throughout a workbook. And they are used for continuity and consistency and to make your workbook and your worksheets look really professional. To apply a theme, we're going to get off of the Home tab and click onto the Page Layout tab. And to the very left, under the Themes group, we're going to click on the Theme button. It's a little drop down, and there are a lot of different themes to choose from. The default theme that is going to be applied to any brand new workbook is the Office theme. And if you roll over some of the different themes with your cursor, you'll see your worksheet change. And so the different fonts are going to be applied, and the colors are going to be applied to the worksheet as you sort of roll over. And because our worksheet's really sort of simple and plain right now, we're not going to see a lot of changes, but we will as we continue throughout this video. So I'm going to click on the Flow theme. And the one thing that I want you guys to notice is the sort of blue and green colors. And we'll see that applied as we continue throughout this video. Let's click on the Flow theme. So not too much sort of changes. The font changes. Let's try applying a table style and see if that makes any changes to our spreadsheet. A table style is a way to identify a range as an Excel table. So it's really useful because it makes available tools to analyze, sort, and transfer your data. To apply a table style, we're going to have to go back to the Home tab, and we are going to go over the Styles group right here, and we're going to click on Format as Table. And so remember when we selected the theme, it gave us those sort of colors that were blue and green, and you'll see that when you apply a style to a table, it's going to be reflective of that theme that you chose. So I'm just going to choose, there's a lot of different options. I'll just choose this one right here, Table Style Medium. Table Style Medium 16. And so Excel wants to know, well, where is your table? And it guesses, and I'm going to change it to A2 through C13, and I don't want to include the title. The other thing I want to point out is that this checkbox is checked, my table has headers, and so yes they do. We've got headers along the top. You're going to click OK, and voila. I don't know about you, but this table looks a whole lot better than it did a second ago. One thing I want to point out is that when we applied a table style, we got a new tab up at the top, the Table Tools Design tab. And so whenever you have a selection within the table, this tab will be available. If I click off of it, it goes away. If I click back onto it, it comes back up. And you can always, make changes and add things by using the tools in the different tabs. If you want to make changes to the table, you can always just click back on the Table Tools Design tab. Some students sort of lose it and they're not sure how to get it back, but you just have to have something in the table selected, and then this tool, this tab will be available to you. So let's take a look and see what is on this new tab. We'll see there's a Table Styles group, and you can make changes to your table style if you decide that you don't like that sort of blue color. Let's make it green. And let's go over to the Table Style Options group. And remember we had that checkbox header row. If I deselect it, we'll see this sort of goes away. But that header row checkbox will ensure that your header is distinctive from the rest of your text. So it's going to stand out in some way. The other thing that I wanted to point out is this banded rows checkbox. And so when you create or apply a table style to a table, Excel is going to have every other row look a little bit different. And this is just so that it's a lot easier to read. You can also choose to have banded columns as well, which we don't really need right now because the banded rows seem to work really well with this table. If you've got a total row on the bottom, it'll add that in automatically for you if you click off that checkbox. If you would like your first column to also stand out, like that first row, you can select on it and it will do that. I'm going to choose not to do that. Looks good as it is, like that. So now that I have my table pretty much the way I want it to look, I'd like to do something to this title up here because it's kind of boring. So we're going to select the range A1 to C1, and I'm going to apply a cell style to it. And it's under the Styles group in the Home tab. I'm going to click on that drop down button, and you'll notice those blue and green colors again. So for a title or a heading up there, you're most likely going to use the heading 1 style or the title style. But you have a lot of other options. As you add information to your table, you can apply all of these different styles to the different cells, and just know that they're going to be consistent with the colors that you've chosen with your theme. So let's go ahead and let's first of all merge and center that guy. I'm going to click on the merge and center button in the alignment group and click on that cell style, and I think I'm going to choose title, and I think that looks pretty good.